Welcome back to Great Day Houston. We saw on the news recently how several celebrity parents got their children into top colleges by bribing officials. Lesson learned, that's illegal. Our next guest says they can help your kids earn their way into the college of their choice. Their program has helped students to boost their test scores by an average of about 230 points. Wendy Tilford is with the Huntington Learning Centers in West University in Houston Heights. Also joining us is Dr. Gregory Campbell and his son Jonathan and his best friend Miles Oldacre. They both use Huntington Learning Centers to boost their test scores and receive dozens of scholarship offers, including offers to Harvard and Yale. All right. So, Wendy, there are several tutoring services out there, right, and y'all can certainly offer that component as well. But what we usually get to is the foundation of learning.
That's right. We help students that are struggling and students just want to be enriched. From that assessment, we're able to identify skill gaps in those basic skills, reading, writing, and math skills. Yeah. And we develop a program around that. We pinpoint those issues and we work the student, to the grade level ahead. And
with my son, who has some learning differences, I really couldn't figure out what the deal was until I took him in for testing with you all. Right. And he sat down and I realized he's missing that foundation part, because he would look at an essay and he kept thinking, I have to fill the page, I have to fill the page, I have to fill, and you're like, just start the page. Yeah. If you start the page, you will fill the page, right? Yeah. So it's really that foundation that's not really taught in schools necessarily, right, and that makes all the difference in the world. That's okay, right. So when you teach that foundation, you've seen amazing things happen in this competitive world.
We have. Overall, what we see that confidence and motivation is connected to skills. So we build those skills on an individual basis so that we can see the student more confidence in the skill overall. Yeah. And the attitude changes.
Yeah, the attitude changes and the test scores change. That's what it's all about today. Right. All right, Dr. Campbell, you have your PhD, so you certainly know about advanced testing.
Yes.
Yeah. So what made you decide that you would use this program for your son?
So I'm a part of an organization, and we have an education foundation. It's the Epsilon Omicron Education Foundation, and we wanted to focus on student athletes. And we targeted those student athletes because we wanted to help them bridge that gap. They were excellent athletically, but we wanted to help them academically.
Yeah, well, so they don't need the academics, they're going to get drafted.
No, see, that's
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Is to help these athletes understand that education is priority.
Yeah, and it's a shame that we've seen so many athletes that are great and then they don't get drafted, or they don't go on to college and they don't have that educational foundation to rest on.
Absolutely. And so I did a lot of research on the different companies, and I selected Huntington, and we selected Huntington because of its one-on-one tutoring, and because it did a pre-test to identify specific gaps. Yeah. These students are busy in the classroom and on the athletic field, so we wanted to have specific targeted tutoring and SAT prep strategies.
And when you say gaps, so that's the thing, is that by the time you're trying to go to a top college, you can't have any gaps. You can be stellar in certain areas, but you can't have any gaps. And just because you're a great athlete doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get into those schools. They still want in certain schools for you to be great and smart, right?
Absolutely.
Rice, great and smart. Harvard, great and smart.
That's right.
All right, Jonathan, you were a good student to begin with, but as we talked about how competitive things are and what colleges you want to look at, you need to be an exceptional student. I have a friend who went to Harvard, and I said, you're going to get in, you have like a 20.0. And he goes, so is everybody else trying to get into Harvard. I go, okay, you're going to get in because you've traveled the world, you have great experiences. He goes, so is everybody else at Harvard. I go, you're going to get in because both your parents went there. He goes, yeah, so did a lot of other people at Harvard. I go, you're going to get in because your dad gets $1 million scholarship every year. And he goes, yeah, that might help. The endowment might help. Okay, which is different than paying people off. Okay, so for you, what kind of college were you looking at going to?
I wanted options. My dad and my parents always emphasized that options is you never want to just have one college that you have to go this place. Yeah. So I always wanted to have multiple doors that I could walk through. So it kind of started with like the preparation, and I just wanted a college that great academically. I could compete in football, and the relationship with the coaches would be good, and that's why I picked the school I went to.
Okay, so tell us what that program was like for you, because again, I mentioned you're already a smart student. Mm-hmm. How did this make the difference for you?
Well, we went through multiple hours, and just like we prepare on the field, we prepare in the classroom as well. Mm-hmm. It's important, like just like you have coaches, and then so you need to have coaches in the classroom as well. So we prepare, and then you get the grade that you want because the work you put in.
Yeah, and so you had a couple of offers. What was it? How many?
22 or something.
Wow. And not to just any school.
Yeah, I had most Ivy League schools like Yale, Dartmouth, and all those other schools and stuff like that. But
yeah. Could have gone to Harvard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love how he just leaves out Harvard. Could have gone to Harvard, but there's a reason why you didn't choose Harvard. A lot of people say, "Oh, choose that one right there." But this is where you use your skill of looking at what's going to be the best fit for your son.
Yes, and as a parent, you know, my wife and I, it was tough to make a decision. Do we send our kid to an Ivy League school? But Ivy League schools don't offer athletic scholarships, so it's all need-based. So as we looked at our income, and I'm a first-generation college student.
When I looked at Harvard back when I was in, it was $40,000 a year. Today it's about
$70,000 or so to go to one of the Ivy League schools. So Jonathan had, again, the options is what we wanted him to have, and so he had a university that offered him an athletic scholarship with an academic scholarship, or we could have paid for him to go to an Ivy League school.
Yeah, get some extra money there to get to school.
So right? Now we're talking, huh?
Yeah. Grad school at Harvard. Where do you want to go to? What do you want to do when you grow up?
Well, I'm in general business. That's my major right now. And after that, I want to get my MBA while I'm at UCA. So I'll graduate with my bachelor's in 3, and I'll hopefully work on my master's in 4. And then after that, I want to go to law school.
Oh, so. Wow. Okay. That can be Harvard Law. Okay. Miles, for you, you're obviously a good student as well. Tell me specifically with Huntington how it helped you.
So I think the main thing that helped was the pretest and finding out what you're lacking, what areas you're lacking in, and targeting those areas to make the most of your meetings and tutoring lessons.
Yeah. Like when you also in the areas that you lacked in, it's like you missed one question. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly.
No, you say areas you're like, and as I said, you can be a good student, and studying in school and turning in homework and stuff like that is very different, I think, than test taking, especially this type of test taking, because it's a like basically everything, a culmination of everything that you've learned, right?
Exactly.
So in doing that, what kind of results did you see?
So I finished with a 1310, but I think the main thing that helped that was
just finished with a 1310. Tell folks what the top number is.
1600. And the main thing was just the preparation. Like John said, if you fail to prepare, then you're preparing to fail. So I think just going in one-on-one tutoring and all that is just setting yourself up for success.
Yeah, and you say setting yourself up for success. The cool thing about this is that what you learned with this test, it goes far beyond the test, doesn't it?
Yep.
Like you use these are life skills.
I still use these test taking tools in college today.
Yeah, and where are you in school?
Yale University.
Yale University. All right. Let me wrap up with, obviously these are great students and you get great results, but also for students who may not have that level of academic skill, everything's still an improvement.
That's right. Everything's still an improvement. We meet the students where they are and we build them up.
Whether
it's they're struggling or whether they want enrichment to get ahead, we're able to help any student.
Yeah, even a student who, like, obviously our tax testing, STAR testing, GED even.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, Huntington Learning Centers can also help you boost scores on various tests for high school as well as the GED, as we mentioned. There are 14 centers in the Houston area. To learn how they can help your child or find the closest center to you, call 1-800-CAN-LEARN. 1-800-CAN-LEARN works out to be 1-800-226-5327. Or you can visit huntingtonhelps.com. If you mention Great Day Houston, you'll get $100 off your child's academic evaluation.